In the mist-kissed outskirts of Kyoto, where cherry blossoms float like pink prayers upon the breeze, lived a young Muslim student named Rayhan Idrisi. He had come from far across the seas to study architecture, yet his heart often felt like an unfinished sketch, missing something gentle, something meaningful. One cold morning, as the dawn slipped between bamboo stalks, Rayhan sat near the Kamo River, wrestling with thoughts heavier than winter fog. He longed for quiet goodness, something that outlived the ticking hours. His elderly neighbor, Aunty Safiya Morimoto, noticed his silence. She was a Japanese Muslim convert, graceful like an old poem, who tended a tiny garden behind her wooden home. "My son," she said softly, placing a warm cup of yuzu tea beside him, "your soul is restless. What troubles you?" Rayhan sighed. "I want to do something meaningful, Auntie. Something that inspires, something that lasts. But I am only one person in a vast world." Aunty Safiya smiled, her eyes glowing like lantern light. Meaning grows from the smallest seeds. She opened an old notebook and pointed to a hadith she had written in calligraphy. The Prophet Muhammad said, "If a Muslim plants a tree or sows seeds, and then a human, an animal, or a bird eats from it, it is regarded as charity, ṣadaqah, for the one who planted it." That very afternoon, he bought 10 saplings, maple, persimmon, plum, and sakura. With the help of a cheerful Syrian exchange student named Amin Rafat and a gentle Indonesian calligrapher named Liana Hanura, Rayhan carried the saplings to an abandoned hillside near the river, an area locals avoided because it felt forgotten. But Rayhan saw possibility where others saw emptiness. They planted the trees in silent devotion, their breaths white in the cold air, their hands warmed by purpose. Rayhan felt something open inside him, an inner garden awakening. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Seasons folded themselves like origami around the hillside. The trees grew, quietly, humbly, beautifully. One spring morning, Rayhan returned to the orchard and gasped. Children were playing under his trees. Sparrows feasted on new berries. A wandering deer nibbled tender leaves without fear. A young mother thanked the shade while feeding her baby. No one knew the trees were his, but Allah knew. Aunty Safiya joined him, leaning on her cane, smiling as cherry petals fluttered around them like fragments of mercy. "Do you see now, Rayhan?" she whispered. "You planted trees, but Allah planted peace in your soul." Rayhan's heart felt full, overflowing like a river after spring rains. He realized that meaning does not always roar. Sometimes it grows leaf by leaf, root by root, in the quiet corners of the world. And in that serene orchard of Kyoto, Rayhan finally understood the hadith, not as words, but as living truth. A small good deed can echo through time,